Does lightning come from the sun?
No.
Lightning happens at night.
The sun still be in the same spot though, don't it?
Nah, the sun it leave.
We still trying to figure out where it go. Where you think it go?
No, we be going somewhere. The sun don't go nowhere.
What you mean we be going somewhere?
Like, come on, you trip.
Like,
See what I'm saying,
It's
bro?
their propaganda.
What do you mean we go
It's
somewhere?
their programming.
Earth, you know?
Where do we go?
I don't know. I'll be wondering the same thing.
Exactly. You just
Now,
going.
where would the sun
You just
go,
repeating what they tell you in textbooks.
Okay, teach me something new then.
Nigga, the sun be gone.
Yeah, the sun leave at night.
Where do we go?
It's like
That's
it's
you
like
ain't
shifts.
thinking.
Okay, if I'm listening to what they saying in textbooks, but y'all listening to Google.
No, we don't.
No. We didn't debunk Google.
Yeah, we debunked Google
Yeah,
a
we
long
done
time
Google.
ago. We high level researchers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in biology again.
Nah, yeah.
That's the only class I ever failed.
So,
I do got a theory though,
on what?
because water conducts electricity.
Bro, water is the thing of everything, bro.
And the sky is blue, which could be the water, right? Because as above as below, and like due to the weather, the way the wind is moving or some shit, like it's some type of scientific process that causes the water to conduct that electricity, and that's what be causing the lightning.
So it's really water.
It's water.
From like up from the ocean.
It does. Lightning strikes up. People think it strikes down. It strikes up.
Literally?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I was gonna
though?
say so. How? Like straight people. I'm trying to think of that.
That's deep.
Bro, I just made that up. That shit sounded good though.
Alright, so obviously Zias is joking, right? And listen, you're probably wondering, where is this video going? You were just playing the Zias clip, you weren't saying anything. That doesn't matter. Alright. So Zias, he basically combined real concepts, as above, so below. That's not a scientific concept, but that's like a philosophical concept. He combined, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention to his explanation because I know it was straight BS, but what do you talk about how water like conducts electricity? It's like basically what Zias just did is he combined real concepts, and he using those real concepts he combined other principles that weren't traditionally applied to the subject to make a hypothesis that wasn't true. Like he just basically spread misinformation by using real concepts. And you're probably wondering why he's talking about this or why is this important. Well, because what Zias just did was exactly what like cult leaders and other religious groups, and I'm a religion by the way, so I'm not slandering all religions, but what some religious groups do. Now, obviously, Zias said he was joking, but if you look at the two other people in the room, Blou and I don't know who the girl in the middle is, but they believed them. Or at least some parts of it, they believed it for a second. Look at Blou. Now, I know Blou may not be the best example of, because Blou seems like the type of person to go to a cult. I'm not gonna lie, he may not be the best example for like, I don't know, just like a test subject like in this film, because he seems more susceptible to misinformation than, no offense, the average person. Shout out Blou though. But if you look at this girl seems so normal. I mean, she corrected him when he was talking about the Earth moving around the sun, the Earth moving around the sun. Like she knows some baseline knowledge, but yet she was still almost fooled by Zias and his explanation. Now the reason why is because, like I said before, what he did is he combined real concepts, right? It's hard to really convince someone if you completely just talk about all things that are foreign to them. Like if I were to say you should believe in my religion because blah 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 blah, and I just say a bunch of things that you don't believe to be true, and I don't at least do one thing to prove my knowledge, like that what's that called, logos? No, that's ethos. The credibility. if I don't prove credibility, you're not going to believe a single word I say. Even though, let's say one thing is true, but it's foreign to you, you're most likely not going to believe it because all the other things I've been saying up to this point are false. Also, look at these dudes' faces, bro. Oh my God, this dude. Hey, that's besides the point. I got to trademark that. Who else says that's besides the point like me? Ain't nobody saying that's besides the point like how I say it. But that's besides the point. Basically, when you look at TikTok and stuff like that, TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that, we're able to get more information than has ever been accessible before. We're able to go to sources that that in past times may have been restricted to us, stuff like that, and we're able to see and understand and hear from more people than we ever could before. And with that, a lot of great possibility arises. Like, I know myself personally, I truly believe in a lot of stuff that people would consider conspiracy. With that being said, recently I went down a rabbit hole by hearing someone who was like Zias. Basically, he was saying a lot of stuff that I didn't know to be true. Maybe a lot of stuff that you personally may not know to be true, but it's stuff that I considered and fell into. I need to learn how to get my words out. Pause. But basically, they were saying a lot of stuff that I considered to be true, and with that, they were saying new information. And with that new information, they use sources and stuff to back it up. I researched the sources. Some of the sources seem legit. Okay, I hear them out more. Boom, they go off more information, and basically, what ended up happening is I got led to Satanism. And I'm not saying that lightly. It was literal Satanism. Because they combine concepts that I've known and proven to be true, and with that they use false information, etc., and they loop me into their ideology, which happened to be a little bit, and I'm using a little bit lightly, Satanism is crazy, but a little bit more extreme to mine. Now I'll give you I didn't use any names of this because this person has a big following. A lot of people may not recognize it to be Satanism, but this person has a cult-like following, especially amongst black people, and I don't want to say their name, etc., so I was very vague within the details. However, I'll give you a more concrete example, someone we can use, someone who isn't actually very liked, Andrew Tate. Now, if I don't know what the demographic of my audience is, because again, all these videos are pre-recorded, so I don't know, if any girls are in here watching, you may be like, okay, you have to be an idiot to straight up follow Andrew Tate. However, me personally, at one time, I was invested. I wasn't devoutly like a follower or anything, but at one particular point in my life, I found Andrew Tate to be interesting. I resonated with some of the things he said, and because of that, some of the later things he said that maybe were a little bit more radical and stuff like that, I believed them in. And especially if you look at the people defending his testimony and stuff like that, it's because we found, or I'm saying we. Listen, I'm not a Tate fan anymore. I don't keep up with bro. Maybe he's saying some real stuff. I don't know. I don't keep up with him anymore. But the reason why some people might, I don't know, support him and the trial and stuff like that is because he says a lot of real stuff that relates to young men. However, within that real stuff, he sometimes goes into crazier stuff, and because the stuff he's saying before has been so real, you're more inclined to continue to follow with what he's been saying. I don't know if that makes sense. Hope it does. If it doesn't, well, that's tough. But that's besides the point. When you look at how cults and stuff are formed, like when we learn in school about like people following cults, we wonder how could anyone fall in such BS like a cult? Like cults seem crazy to fall into. But if you look at this example through Zias, bro, he just got made, what's it called? He just got 2 people in his cult. Like, this dude could be a successful cult leader. He already got Blou and this girl. I mean, shoot. Hey, when is bro gonna get to relativity and stuff like that, bro? Bro's creating his own religion at this point. Hey, shout out Zias and Blou. I just wanted to convey in this video that be careful what you listen to, because a lot of stuff, what some people can say may be true, it may be real and stuff like that, and they know what they're doing, by the way. Listen, I'm all for listening to wise people. When someone wiser than yourself says something, even when someone who's not wiser than yourself says something, you should probably listen. Confucius, and shout out Confucius, advocates, and Confucius is probably wiser than all of us listening to this video, but he advocates, and by the way, wise and intelligence is not the same thing. Or wise, yeah. But besides the point, that's besides the point. But Confucius advocates for, and why do I have a list? Confucius, yo, is this ADHD or something? Why can't I stay on topic? Confucius advocates for overall doing a bit more listening than you do talking, and listening to everyone, even if it's someone who you believe is super than you, smarter than you, etc., because you can learn everything from everybody. For example, someone stupider than you, you could at least learn how not to act, how you should not implement. Someone smarter than you could learn how to act and how to implement and how to just, I don't know, improve yourself. However, people wiser than you are prone to being able to trick you better because they are wise and they purposely are able to misdirect and lead you down to the path that they believe or the path that they want or the path that will help them, because humans are overall, no matter how wise we get, there's still a bit of self-centeredness about us. And when you look at these people online, you got to be careful when listening to people wiser than you and people super than you, obviously. But you got to be careful when listening to people wiser than you, because while they may have wisdom and while they may be saying something real and something that resonates with you, they're also wise enough to be able to trick you. That's all I want to say. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for listening to the Navexis channel. Hey, man. I'm out. Oh, I didn't show the Zias and Blou.